I was moved to do this video to begin a Ascension Path level series to kind of go into and explain the levels of Ascension. And this is my effort to begin recording this information and templating this information to have it available for you all so that, you can go through a spiritual awakening journey. But a lot of the times, it's hard if you don't have guidance. You're just you can do it. I totally did it. I'm 100% self-taught, self-led on my path, just myself and the greater that I hold faith in, and that's possible. But it's nice to kind of have these things templated. For those of you ascribed to the twin flame journey, part of the reason why this journey is becoming easier, although it's still difficult, is because we've just had so many come before us that have templated this path to help us kind of know what we're getting into. So yeah, I'm gonna go into speaking about level 1 super easy. That's not gonna take long at all. This video is mostly gonna be about level 2, and then it will most likely be a 6 video series that I'm gonna do, one every month. Okay, so level 1, really, really, really easy. If you get to a place or arrive to a place while you're still at a 3D consciousness level, or while you're in the 3D matrix, and like you have an inner knowing within you that there is more to life, there is more to reality, there must be more to life experience than just what's in front of you, or what you're able to perceive or see via the 5 physical senses according to the 3D. If you know there's more to life than that, or if you're already just like, really, this is it, there isn't anything more than this, and that's what most light workers experience. They tend to experience that very early. Then congratulations, you not only have entered level 1, you've completed level 1, and you have officially begun the move from 3D consciousness to 4D consciousness when you have that knowing, when you have that, when that becomes possible in your mind to entertain the thought of something other than what's currently out here. And by the way, I am continuing on, also putting kind of a spin on my own experience with the Ascension Path. It's the Ascension Path of Light, 7 levels. I have followed Dr. Joshua David Stone's work. Okay, so Ascension level 2, once we have officially moved into the 4D and we are the beginning of 4D consciousness. And at this point, once we've passed level 1, we've just kind of dipped into 4D consciousness just a little bit. And you'll probably be going back and forth from 4D state of consciousness and 3D state of consciousness, still having a 3rd dimensional physical experience while you're in level 2. And what happens in level 2, and I'll never forget when level 2 hit me. Level 1, I was 11 years old when that happened to me. And when that happens to you, New Earth family, or especially for those of you that have children, okay? If you have kids that are saying that, and they're saying them even much early, 4 or 5 years old now, right? That's an indicator they're here to ascend. That's what they want to do. That's what their souls want to do. So that's okay, I've already done this many, 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 many times in terms of the wheel. You can call it karma. You can call it just the circle, samsara, the circle of suffering that has kept us energetically enslaved and coming back to this planet, just going over lessons again and again and again and again and never graduating. Well, as a light worker, you've graduated already. You graduated, you already beat the wheel. That's why you're back. So if you hear your child saying this, that's an indicator. Oh, they're also a volunteer soul. They're also a graduate soul. They're also a light worker. They're here specifically at this time of our Earth's evolution to template, to help move the structures to a 5D frequency. So if they're saying that, then let's nurture that. They're already piquing curiosity. Let's feed that curiosity. See, I didn't have anybody to really help me feed my curiosity. All I had back in, this was just the 80s, is just, oh, okay, all right, that's interesting, that's nice. You know what I mean? And then here we go. I don't come into level 2 until 26 on my own, right? It's just kind of, I'm just kind of I was ushered into every stage, New Earth family. So it's like, if we have this going on, it's just like, let's cultivate this. We're not forcing or pushing, but if your child, or if you have someone close to you that is curious, and they're giving that to you, they're actually letting you know that, yeah, let's nurture that. And then let's also continue on our own paths as well. And then you can become an ascension partner with anyone, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you're in, a romantic soul connection with. An ascension partner can be a friend. An ascension partner could be a family member. Ascension partner can be your own child, right? So I just wanted to say that. All right, moving into level 2. Level 2, I was 26, and level 2 is I am very, very curious about what others believe. And I want to go on a learning journey so that I can understand what others believe regarding spirituality and religion. And in going on this journey, I can therefore try to understand where to place my faith, or what's real or what's true regarding what I already feel like I believe or think I believe. There's always a lot of uncertainty, and for the light worker, it can kind of move into this incessant searching, right? We're always searching for that next piece, that next thing on the spiritual path that's going to be like, yes, I got it. And then you have it for like, a day or two, maybe if it's really, really good, okay, a week. I might even give you 2 weeks, and then, okay, then what's next? And it's just like, it never ends, right? That's the I call that kind of the new age trap that we all can get into. Not to down the new age community at all, but it's such this melting pot of all this information. You can just keep going on this search, but where's the grounding? Where's the focus, right? And I went through that for 25 years. I didn't get focused for 25 years. So this is the part of that where that's totally okay. That level 2 is you're being supported in your exploration of other spiritual studies, other faith systems, other belief systems. Nothing is off limit regarding where to study, who to study with, institutions that hold ceremony or hold services or things to attend. You can really, really, really have a good time with this piece if you haven't already done that. Some people do it real quick and then they move past it and then they continue on in level 3, but they didn't make the most out of their search in terms of having it land in an authentic way. Like, oh, I really, really am feeling this. Sometimes you don't really understand where and how to place your faith until much later in life. Now, in this time of evolution, we have the opportunity to really ground it and harness it a lot sooner, because that's where we kind of glean our strength from. We're actually able to lean into that, and that really helps us as we move into the rest of the ascension path. That's the easiest way to explain level 2. And how it worked out for me is I just stumbled upon, I'd gone back to school, gone back to community college after not finishing university the first time. I went too early at 17, and I got overwhelmed with it was just a really big institution. I got lost in it. Again, there was no focus or concentration. So after I had my first child, I went back to community college, and I didn't really know. I kind of thought I knew what I wanted to do, but that's when I was just like, oh, this is what general courses are for. It helps you understand what you're supposed to do. And I ended up stumbling on a world religions class, and the world religions class blew me away regarding oh my goodness, we have so much more here than just Christianity, which is the dominant religion. 1/3 of the world identifies as Christian. But then you have, what is the other part of the world? So the major world religions, you have Judaism, you have Buddhism, you have Hinduism, and then you can break down the Eastern religions to different sects: Zoroastrianism, Jainism, Taoism. I mean, it gets so good. Like the indigenous cultures and all of how they believed and work with spirits, and then you have monotheistic religions with the one God, and then you have polytheistic religions with what they typically call pagan. You know, what do they believe? And that's Hinduism. You also have Wiccan that falls into that category. So it gets really, 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 really good. And for me, it's all led to the same thing. I can plug into any belief, and it's all led to the same universal truth eventually. There are a lot of differences out there. I'm not saying everything's the same, but I'm talking about when you actually get into the core truths, then you come up upon the universal truth, and then that's going to tie in directly with your own personal belief system, faith system, and that's what you're going to plug into. That's going to help ground you in terms of that inner divine relationship that you're cultivating within yourself. So it would still take me from that point, like another, you know, it wasn't quite 20 years at that point, but I would say 15. It would take me another 15 years to get grounded in faith and get grounded in my faith system. And then that's the end of level 2. So we have level 1, and then we have level 2. Until next time, all praise and all love. Bye-bye.